The Flash, issue number 9.
It's getting late. When's last call? In Central City, there isn't one. What the hell is that? Citizens, step out of the street. Cost. I need fuel. I need to find Barry Allen. Morning. Excuse me, sorry. Don't say sorry, lab rat. Just watch where you're running. It's Barry Allen. Whatever. Allen? You're late. Sorry, Director. I, missed the bus. Don't bother unbuttoning your jacket, golden boy. Cold cases have to wait. You got a fresh body. And it's a cape. You recognize the costume, Barry? No. There aren't any tears in his uniform. No visible wounds, no signs of trauma, and no signs of a struggle. Maybe there wasn't one. We're all assuming this was a murder because he's wearing spandex, but the guy looks like he's in his 90s. It could have been a stroke or a heart attack. Or just old age. You wouldn't catch me dying on the job. I mean, I can't imagine why anyone would work until they drop dead. Because they can still make a difference, Forrest. What are you doing? I don't see any pockets. So I'm checking his ID the old-fashioned way. Jai, come help set the table. Jai. I'm about to level up, Mom. Ask Irie. She can do it faster than me anyway. That's not the point, young man. He's coming, right? Of course he is, Bart. Barry never used to miss a family picnic. But he was never on time either, Wally. Barry, where are you? Iris, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be able to make it. Why? There may have been a murder. Or not. I don't know yet. But I'll be putting in overtime at the lab this weekend. Barry, what's wrong? We have a white male in the 90s with a big E on his chest. I'm not asking about the crime scene. I'm asking about you. You could have run over here quicker than dialing and told me all of this in person. I know you're never one for crowds or parties, but this is family. Why don't you want to see everyone? Barry? I keep thinking of that mirror the rogue shattered last week. The one where you saw your mother? I saw her alive and well, Iris. Not in the past, but in the present. I saw what should have been if it hadn't been for the reverse Flash. He murdered my mom and framed my dad for it. She died on the living room floor of our house, and my father died in a prison cell. But they didn't have to. They should both be there with you and Wally and the kids. I know they should, Barry, but so should you. It just feels wrong. I know exactly how it feels. It feels like someone's missing. It feels like the family picnics we had when we thought you were dead. But we did have them, Barry. Barry, what happened to your mom isn't your fault. Thawne traveled back in time and murdered her because of what I'd grow up to be. Please, Barry, just come here, just for a minute. Barry! We got a match on the fingerprints you scanned in. Sorry, Iris. I'll call you back. Who is he? Wait a second. This can't be right. The elongated kid? Ethan Kramer, 16 years old. High school intern at the Flash Museum. But he was out in public in this getup a few weeks ago, stretching his young heart out. He took down a purse snatcher from half a block away and used himself as a human rubber band to slow down a runaway delivery truck. If the department still had a blood analyst as good as Patty Spivot, I bet we'd find high levels of gingold on his bloodstream. What's gingold? It's the extract that the elongated man used to give him his powers. A case of it went missing from the Flash Museum 2 months ago. It's poisonous to most people, but the rare few that are exposed to it and survive experience an anaphylactic reaction that makes their bodies extremely rubbery, malleable. Maybe the strain on his cellular structure triggered some kind of rapid aging. If we can convince Patty Spivot, there's no way Patty Spivot's going to rejoin the crime lab, Barry. Patty doesn't know I'm back on the team. Ego check, Barry. She didn't leave because you weren't here.
She left because she was tired of poring over dead bodies. And there aren't dead bodies in Blue Valley, Nebraska.
We're going to need Patty if we're going to figure out how the elongated kid died.
But that ain't a kid. Tell your lab they mucked up again. Probably Alan's fault, too.
His fault?
Thanks to Alan ripping apart the Hicks case, you got the crime lab analyzing the evidence of every conviction from the last 6 months, which means more interviews and written reports for those of us that did the real police work to put those scumbags away in the first place.
You and your partner forced a confession from an innocent young man, Detective Grubbs. I'd think a written report on why would be the least you can do, and probably was.
You want to start something?
You just told me I already did.
Barry, you get a real cold shoulder from real cops. Now you'll know why.
You've reached Patty Spivot at the Blue Valley Police Department's crime lab. If this is about a stolen bike, graffiti, or Dr. Jackson's prize pig getting loose again, please call the main office line for assistance. Happy New Year!
Patty, it's Barry.
Barry Allen. I'm back at the crime lab at Central, and I could use your help. Give me a call when you can. Hope you're great. The power's out. Stop! Stop before I make you stop! We were moving faster than the speed of sound, so your voice never caught up with me. I couldn't hear you. Who are you? You look like a cop. I am a cop, Flash. That doesn't mean we're allies. I just dealt with some cops from the 25th century, and we weren't exactly on the same page. And after what you did to the crime lab, I'm betting you and I aren't either. Trust me when I tell you that you and I are on the same page. And why would I trust you about anything? Because my name is Barry Allen, and I'm here to save history from the single greatest time anomaly to ever threaten reality.